Bringing your feet a little bit wider than usual, so not necessarily to the outer edge of your mat, but just a little bit wider. And bringing your fingertips all the way extended out, holding on, or rather, if you're holding onto your dumbbells, just put your hands down to a low V, open up your chest. Great, and taking a deep inhale, pushing into the floor, articulating your spine just a little bit off the floor, not very much. And then exhale, recurling down. So we're definitely not coming into any sort of full bridge. We're just allowing for the spine to wake up, inhaling, kind of peeling yourself just a bit off the mat, and then exhaling, articulating down, and maybe even arching a tiny bit. Good, 2 more. And just sensing again where you might feel tight, and creating a little bit more space in between your vertebrae. Great, all the way back towards the center, squeezing the arms all the way up for a nice little reach. And let's start to keep the spine melted as you open up your knees, reaching the arm behind you for your inhale. And then exhale, slowly come back towards the center, alternating arms. So for this first little bit, we're just really melting the spine all the way down into the mat. Trying to again, wake up the shoulders. If your neck feels tight at any moment, feel free to also look to one side and then the other if you feel like that stretch would be helpful. Great. And as we're here, seeing if we can keep our feet and our toes evenly distributed. And breathe not only sideways into the lungs, but also backwards, meaning like you're filling up your lungs sideways and into the back simultaneously. Great. One more on each side. Inhaling, we're reaching behind. Exhaling, lengthen up. And your last time here. Great, palms forward facing. Take a nice deep inhale. And let's start to peel our head, neck, and shoulders up, reaching for the tops of the knees. Great, your hand on your left is coming behind your head. Your right arm is coming to a nice close angled position. So your right elbow is close to your right hip. And you're reaching all the way up on your inhale as you extend that right arm all the way up. And on your exhale back, let's kick up that left leg, kind of pushing a little bit into the resistance band. So you'll notice that it's not crazy tension there, but there's enough to feel that the resistance band is working kind of with you and against you simultaneously. Great, so we're inhaling, reaching that right arm to that nice long diagonal. Exhale, tapping it back. And we have 4 more here. And if at any point you feel like you want a little bit more resistance, you can always open the knees a tiny bit more. Great, last 2. And then your last full one here. Great, hands come behind your head. Let's reach this left elbow to the close proximity of your left hip. And you're reaching all the way up on your inhale to that upwards diagonal. Exhale, lengthen out that right leg. Now even through this, we're trying to keep those hips very much balanced so that one hip isn't lifting. The chest still stays open, the elbow is open. And we can reach fully and extensively. Holding for the next 3. And even if it's not necessarily like a 4 count breath in and out, it's still like a really nice long one. Excellent. Coming all the way back to the center, take a moment. Let's bring those knees back up in towards the center, keeping let's bring the insides of your feet together and open up those knees a tiny bit. Great, you're gonna reach your hands in between your legs, come up a tiny bit higher and seeing if you can melt your spine down this way. Fantastic. Let's inhale, circle the arms all the way around to the side. And on the way back, you're gonna exhale, stretch your legs and reach in between. So you're inhaling, slowly reaching. Exhaling, extending. Now remember, if at any point you feel like you need to support your head, or just put your weights down, by all means, go for it. And also think about the angle at which your thighs are aligned at the moment. So if this feels too easy, you can always lower your legs down a tiny bit more. And if it feels too challenging, you can always bring your knees up a little bit more. Good, 2 more. And then your last full reach. Great. Flexing those feet for me and just gently pulsing down. And again, sensing where your arms are at, seeing if you can reach up perhaps a tiny bit higher. Great, and then bringing your palms upward facing for me. And then bringing your palms down. Good. 2 more full sets. Inhaling, palms come up. Exhale, palms down. Great, last full one. And then all the way out. Super, everything comes back to the center. Take a deep breath. And then melt your spine down, wander it right at a time on 3, 2, 1. Hands go all the way to the side. Gently bring your neck towards the right. Take a nice little stretchy feeling. And then all the way to the left. Cool. Finding your way back towards the center, put the soles of your feet back down. And actually you're gonna walk the resistance band down to your ankles. Cool. Reaching the arms all the way up. Again, next to your ears, take a nice inhale, breath. Exhale, head, neck, and shoulders follow, and we lengthen. Alrighty, hands come behind your head. You're gonna stretch your legs all the way out, and then bring the right leg a little bit higher. Cool. So you're inhaling, pulling the resistance band towards you at a diagonal, and then exhaling, letting it go. Inhaling, slowly pulling, exhale, release. Great, now if you feel like you wanna add this left arm into the mix, you may absolutely do so. If not, you can keep it behind your head. So we'll do an inhale, pull, reach on the left, and then exhale, lengthen behind as you stretch. We have 4 more. You can even, if you feel like you really want to use the top of your foot, you can use that as well instead of your ankle. So you kind of have a different sense of pull, but I still want it coming at like a nice upward diagonal with the knee. Super. And your last full one here. Excellent. Putting your hands behind your head. Right foot gets grounded. Yeah, bringing that left ankle or left foot a little bit higher. And here we go. Starting first with the first few without your hands. Just kind of noticing what your body's doing. What does it need? Can you hold yourself here relatively quietly? Or does it require a lot of effort? And whatever your answer is, it is. Just seeing where can you perhaps create a little bit more stillness. Great. And let's inhaling, reaching the hand on the right down. And then exhale, pull it back. Great. We have another 3. And allowing for this whole right leg to just be like an anchor point so that the left leg can do its thing. And finding your way back. Great, hands behind your head, walk your feet a little bit wider, and then reach your hands in between, take a nice deep inhale, and then exhale, peel yourself all the way up. All right, sitting up nice and tall here, you have your imaginary wall behind you, palms come down, we inhale, sit up, exhale, curl forward, reaching nice and long. Great, inhaling again, and then seeing if you can pull the resistance band a little bit further apart as you restack your spine up, and then let it go. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, reach forward. Good, belly goes back, shoulders down. Inhale again. And then exhale, restacking, pulling the resistance band a little bit wider. Great, and let it go. Awesome, last time. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, curling forward. Great, finding that space of your inhale. Exhaling, slowly pulling the resistance band apart as you restack up on 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Bringing your feet a little bit closer towards you, and then wandering that resistance band again back up to your upper thighs. Bringing your palms, your hands kind of together, almost like in a prayer position facing outwards. Great, and from here we're inhaling, slowly hinging back again, keeping the full length of your spine, and then exhale back to the center, twist to the right. So you're trying to keep the arms really nice and long in front of you. You come all the way back up, you twist to the left. Now we're still inviting space, right? So each time we hinge back, you still notice again, am I holding in my hip flexors? Am I holding in my thighs? Can I allow for that twist to be a little bit more extensive? And just finding a way from your left side to your right. Great, one at a time. Inhaling, hinging back, shoulders stay down. Exhale, engage the belly and reach. Super. Last time on the left. Inhaling here. And then exhale, hinge. Great, let's hinge all the way back. Hands are coming in your prayer position, so with weights or without, opening up nice and wide. And you're kicking this left foot all the way long. Great, so we're twisting all the way towards the right, kicking out that foot, then coming back to the center and reaching the arms. This time we're just gonna stay in the hinge position the whole time. So you're twisting to the right, kicking the left, and then exhale, reach. Great, so again, noticing how you can allow for your elbows to almost be a reaching point, but still keeping the elbows fully open. I do love this feeling. It's one of my favorites, but again, they're kind of all my favorites in their own way. Great, we have 2 more. So twisting again, even noticing how much more that twist can actually happen. So when you stay here, we're gonna hang out for a second, squeeze the hands together and lift the elbows up and then down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great, back to the center, take a deep breath, reaching the arms and then stack your spine up for a moment. Great, putting your hands down by your side, opening up your chest, and then lifting your hips up. Great, feeling free to look to the right, and then look to the left. And then if you'd like, and it feels okay, bring your head back. Great, and then gazing forward again for 3, 2, 1, finding your way back towards the center. Okay, let's do that again. So again, hands coming in your prayer position, all the way here, hinging back for your starting point. Inhale, twist to the left, kick the right, and then finding your way back and reaching all the way up. So again, this constant sense of minimal aligned movement, that you can feel how each twist is just a new experience. Great, inhaling, kick and twist. And the resistance band itself doesn't have so much pressure, but it's still enough to kind of help to keep your knees in place. And even if you put like a little bit of reach or a little bit of squeeze into it, that's okay. We have 2 more. And your last full one here. Great, let's twist to the left, keeping that right kick, and then squeeze your hands, lift your elbows for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great, back to the center, take a deep breath, reach the arms in front, and then stack your spine up all the way. Putting your weights down if you can, hands come behind you, fingertips forward facing, planting your feet, and then lifting your hips up, and kind of just sensing, maybe even walk your feet a little bit further away so that they're underneath your knees, and then reach up. Great, and again, gazing backwards if it feels good. Holding here for a moment. And then slowly trying to find that way back to the middle, gazing towards the left on the inhale. And then back to the center, and then over to the right. Great, finding your way back in towards the middle. Hips go back down, reaching the arms all the way. And then melt your spine down, 1 vertebrae at a time, knees come back in towards the center, hands behind your head. Great, so let's bring that left leg all the way out, right knee stays where it is. You twist all the way to the right as you simultaneously push down into the resistance band. And then on the way back, you're switching your legs. So we're only twisting to the right for the moment. You're inhaling, twisting to the right, stretch out that left, push down the left leg. And then exhale, reach the left leg up, switch your legs and find your way back to the middle. So we inhale, kick and lower. Exhale, engage, point and switch. Now, your hands are at this moment, they're just kind of like being a supportive anchor piece for your neck. You're kind of allowing your chest to open, your elbows still float outwards. And you feel again, can you reach your legs a tiny bit longer? Maybe yes, maybe no. Awesome. Okay, we have 2 more. And then our last time, let's hang out here for a moment, give that foot a flex. And we're lowering down and lifting, mini pulses here. So it's not even a pulse, it's more like a lower lift. For the next 5. Keep your core still engaged, both hips are still grounded. for the next 3, 2, 1. Great. Back to the center. Soles of your feet come right back down, reaching your arms next to you. And then melt your spine down. 3, 2, 1. Take a nice deep inhale. Great. Both feet grounded into the floor, peeling your spine all the way off. Great. And let's heel toe just a little bit wider than we did before. Floating the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Great. From here, you're lowering your hips down, keeping your spine completely engaged. And on the way back up, you're going to open and push out to your T position. Great. Inhaling all the way down, tapping your bum, reaching your arms up. Exhale, push away. So it's almost like you're cutting space sideways. So I really want you to keep your arms really nice and active. You can sense the backs of your arms. You can sense your shoulders. You can sense how your feet are really planted. And that the length of your spine actually doesn't get compromised here at all, because you have the engagement of the belly, so that you're really allowing for all of these body parts to work together simultaneously. Great, 2 more. And then your full last one here. Great, let's bring the arms all the way up and then bring your palms somewhat together. This time, as you open your knees, you're gonna bring your elbows down, separate your hands. And as you come back up, you're gonna reach your hands to an upward V. So think about almost making like an hourglass shape with your hands, and then reach it up. So you're inhaling, opening up the knees, reaching outwards with the elbows, coming in towards the middle, and then reach up as you release the knees a bit. And again, if you feel like your arms are making a different shape, or you don't like this shape, you can always do something else. I just want us to keep that quiet through the middle as we allow the limbs to do their work. And allow our brains to kind of focus on a little bit of movement challenge. Great, 2 more. And then your last full one here. Great, palms come all the way back down. Let's heel toe our way back into our neutral position, and then melt your spine down 1 vertebrae at a time. Shoulders still stay open on 3, 2, and 1. Great, inhaling the arms up towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, head, neck, and shoulders follow in the lift. Good, hands come behind your head, knees come into your tabletop position. This time you're keeping your left knee where it is. You're stretching that right leg out. We inhale, twist to the left, push the right leg down. And then exhale, back up and switch our legs as we bring ourselves back towards the center. Inhaling, twist and push down. Exhale, reach and twist. Cool, so we have another 6. And remember that concept of still taking our time, even if it's easier or it feels easier to rush. We're still letting each move do its thing. And kind of being as in check and present with your body as you can at this moment to see what's working. Where can you work differently, or where do you need to work differently? Or is everything working exactly as you'd like it to be? All right, last full one here. And then we flex that foot lower down and make mini lifts and lowers for 8. Keep breathing long for 7, 6. Remember, those ribs still come back together for the next 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great, all the way back to the center. Soles of the feet coming down, release your hands for me. And then melt your spine down, 3, 2, and 1. Great, this time your arms are coming out down to a low V. And you're reaching your legs all the way up, giving a little bit of a shake. Cool, and then keep your knees gently bent as you flex your feet as much as you can. Great, so from here, we're pushing our legs all the way up towards the ceiling. Even if it's not fully straight or fully upwards, you're opening your legs just a tiny bit, squeezing them back together, and then gently bending. So think about like almost as if you were flying someone on your feet, and then allowing them to stretch with you. So you're trying to keep that stability of inhaling, reaching up. The entirety of the spine goes down. Great. This time I want us to float the arms a little bit off the floor, so you're just kind of hanging out here. And you're inhaling up and now as you open your legs, you're swinging your arms a little bit higher to your T, maybe even beyond. And then slowly coming on back down to your low V. knees come in. So inhale, up and hover. Exhale, open and lift. Great, back towards the center. And the knees come in one last time. Inhaling, push up. Exhale, open. Great, finding your way back towards the middle. Knees come in, float your feet down on 3, 2, 1, and then stretch your legs all the way out as you reach your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Inhaling, arms come up towards the middle. Exhale, head, neck, and shoulders follow. Cool. Let's come over onto the side. Come over onto your left side, actually. Yeah, and we're gonna get cozy for a moment because we can. So your hips are stacked on top of each other. Your right knee is over your left, and your hands at the moment are just kind of in front of you. So if you have your dumbbell, you can also just kind of hold it here with your fist. And then you're slowly and steadily pushing in towards the floor as you lift up both knees. Great, take another deep inhale, and then slowly lower back down. Great, inhale, engage the side. Exhale, lift. So even if it is your legs, or are your legs that are lifting, we're still engaging that side body to push in and lift. And you might even notice that you can lift the lower body a little bit as well, excuse me, the lower side body, like you can kind of take some of you with yourself off the floor and then lower yourself back down. If you can do that, great. If not, just focus on the legs themselves. Awesome, last two. And again, just kind of sensing, where can you lift up a little bit higher? Awesome, last time, inhaling here, and then exhale, lift and hold. Great, so just lower down your upper body, keeping the knees where they are, and then opening the top knees for a moment. Great, so from here, you're slowly stretching out that top leg, giving it a nice little flex, and you're making mini lifts up and down. Now, if you feel like at some point you need to put the bottom leg down because that's more supportive or more comfortable, you can always do that as well. If not, seeing if you can just keep that left leg just a little bit hovered and pointed as you slowly pulse up and reach for the next 5. 4, remember, this is not just about the legs, it's about the belly, it's about the arm, it's about the hold. 2, 1, great, all the way back down towards the center, knees come down, take a deep breath. Cool, let's come on to the forearm hold on the side and see what's going on here. So you're gonna take your right elbow, put it to your right hip, and you're twisting now at your waist, reaching parallel to the floor. Now at this point, ideally your left shoulder is over your left elbow, so if that's not the case, please make your adjustment. Right, and on the way back, you're bringing your elbow close to your hip, and then you're kicking, twisting, and reaching. So for now, think of this more as like a nice long twist feel through the belly. And then you bring your elbow back. Your head, neck, and shoulders can follow or not as you kick that front foot all the way long. Great, inhaling, reach. Exhale, twist. So remember, there's always those moves that are like intense, and then the ones that are just present, and you still have to work through them, but not everything is always a burn. Trying to decondition people. And then noticing again how that full range of motion gets a little bit more. And you notice how that twist also gets a little bit deeper. Great, last one here. Cool, finding your way all the way back to the center, hands come behind your head. Take a nice deep breath. And let's slowly lift up the knee and the arm and then tap ourselves back down. Great, now again, you can always look down at the floor if you feel like your neck feels tight. And we're not actually completely putting the hips all the way down. It's almost like you're just lowering enough to sense that the mat is there. And we have another 4. Inhale, reach, and then slowly back for 3. Finding your sense of space for 2. And then your last full one here. Great, finding your way back to the center. And then slowly and steadily coming into a seated position, grabbing your other weight if you don't have it. Cool, heels come on the ground, your hands are coming behind your head. And in your nice tall imaginary position, you're against your imaginary wall. And then we're slowly bringing our head, let's start that again. We're bringing our head towards our belly as our elbows come in and our hands stay behind our head, tapping, curling. And then exhaling, unfolding. So think of this as like a nice curl through the middle. Your elbows come towards your thighs. And then you allow for that exhale, open tall. There's a lot of body parts. Sometimes the mind and the tongue don't always work together. Great, 2 more to go. So again, use this as an opportunity to stretch through that core. Keep your hips grounded as you open up your chest. Elbows go back. Great. It's like pre-stretching for the computer day, if that's where you're at. Excellent, come back towards the side. And let's go over onto the other side. So the right weight goes away. You're supporting your head with your hands. And your left hand is kind of coming into like a fist position or holding the dumbbells if that feels good. Alrighty, inhale here. And then exhale, pushing into the mat, just starting again, lifting just the knees and then lowering them down. And it's another opportunity to like check in what happens with that left shoulder because it often wants to get lifted as well. But we're trying our best to just keep it low. And maybe now you start to notice that you can actually lift your lower upper body just a bit off the mat as well, if that feels good. Inhale, prepare, and then exhale, lift, and then lower down. Great, 3 more, inhaling, preparing. And then it's like you're using the entire being. I feel like a genie sometimes. It's like you're on a flying carpet. Inhale, prepare, and exhale, engage the belly as you lift. Great, and then find your way back for your last time. Inhale, and then exhale all the way up. Great, and then finding your way back down towards your center. Alrighty, let's lift all the way up here. And again, left elbow comes towards your left hip to begin, and then you're slowly reaching all the way. And on your way back, you're stretching and opening. Inhaling, twisting, and then exhaling, stretching. And sensing again this whole full upper body rotation and where you want it to be. And if you feel like you need to keep that neck downward facing, you can always do that and just focus on the leg and the arm. We have 3 more. Completely finding that release that you may or may not need. And your last moment here. Great, hands behind, left hand behind your head, take a nice deep breath. And then you're slowly lifting and stretching. And then lowering your body down for 8. So that full lift and reach. Lower down for 7. Remember, if you feel like you want to make it bigger, you absolutely may. But I'm really more focused here on your full stability through the center and how much or how little you need to move your body right now in order for you to stay stable and strong. Good, last 3. Breathing for 2. Last one for 1. Excellent. This time again, finding our way through the center. Actually, no, let's remove the resistance band for a moment. And you can just cross your legs however you'd like it. Bringing your arms all the way out to a T, hands come again behind your head. And this time we're curling a little bit further down. So same concept, elbows come towards your inner thighs. And then exhale, open up your chest. And if you can, feel free to gaze upwards a little bit as well. Great, inhaling, expanding your rib cage, curling into the back. Exhaling, opening up. Awesome, last time here. And then all the way wide. Cool, finding your way back towards the middle. We're laying on our belly now to do a little bit of back work. Alrighty, so, yeah, your feet are gonna go to the outsides of your mat. You don't have your resistance band on. Your elbows are, how do I describe that? Kind of just out. Yeah, put them out like as if you were just completely bending your arms. That should be good. So take a nice deep inhale, and then slowly exhale. Just lift your head, neck, and shoulders a little bit off the floor. Great, and from here, you're gonna float your hands off of the mat with or without your weights, depending on how you feel. Great, and then you're slowly circling your arms all the way behind you, and as you lengthen your arms back, you're seeing if you can come up a tiny bit more. Great, and then you slowly bring your hands back to your starting point and lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Great, this time you keep your hands on the floor, you inhale, prepare. Exhale, float your legs off of the mat. Great, you're tapping your toes in the middle, keeping your thighs off the mat if you can, and then slowly stretching your legs back out and lowering them back down. Great, let's try that again. Just the arms. Inhaling, push up. Exhale, lift the arms. Inhale, circle all the way around, lift up. And then exhale, find your way back. Inhale, prepare with your legs. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, gently tap. And then exhale, stretch out and lower. Great, let's see if we can combine all of this. Ready? Inhale, lift up, head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale, lift your legs and your arms. Inhale, circle around, tap your toes. And then exhale, circle back and lower. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift. Inhale, circle and bend. Great. Exhale, back. Cool. One more full time. Inhale, prepare. And remember, when we exhale, lift, we're still using the belly to allow for the back to work, right? Super. Finding your way here. And then melting down. Excellent. Take another deep inhale. And then let's lift again, everything off the floor. This time reaching your arms out to a T and slowly bringing your toes back towards each other. Great. And now you're pushing your toes up and then finding your way back down. So if you feel like you need to put your hands on the floor, you may absolutely do that. If you can keep your hands slightly hovered, give that a go. So again, you're using your bellies, your thighs, your glutes, your hamstrings, and of course your core to hold and lift and slowly come down. 4 more. And think about holding yourself confidently and lovingly as you push up a little bit higher with those toes for the last 2. And your last full one here. Great. Everything comes back to the center, melt yourself down. Ooh, heavy backs. And then find your way back into the middle and stretch yourself. All the way here for 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. So let's see if we can do a little bit of weight shifting. Meaning we're gonna start on our left arm. Again, with that lifted feeling of knees stacked, hips stacked, your right hand is coming all the way up above your head, and we're taking a nice inhale here. And then you're slowly shifting your weight back just a little bit as you stretch out your legs and your arms come behind you, and then you find your way back towards the center. Great, let's try that again. Inhale, prepare. You shift your weight back just a little bit. It's almost like you're balancing a little bit on that left hip. So if it feels uncomfortable, feel free to grab a pillow. Great. Inhaling, shift back just enough to reach and hold. Cool. 2 more. And then your last full one here. Cool. Take another deep breath. Great. And from here, you're going to put both weights down, shift all the way onto all fours, and take a deep breath. Great. Let's tuck our toes for me here, opening up your chest, and then start to hover those knees for me for 3, 2, and 1. Great. Stretch out your left leg, stretch out your right, and then find your way a little bit lower down. Excellent. Inhaling, elbows go back for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lift on up, lengthen your left leg up. So put the toes back down on the floor. Inhale down for 3, 2, 1. On the way back up, your right leg goes up. So we're just alternating legs. And if you feel at some point you want to put your knees down, by all means do that. And then on the way back up, you can just stretch that one leg. Great, one more time on each side. Inhale down for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, push up and reach. Great. And remember, it's never about how far you go. We're just adding love and space. Great, holding here. Elbows go back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come down, shift your weight all the way back. And hold. Awesome, take another inhale. And then curl your spine, kind of dragging your hands along the floor, recalibrating all the way up. 3, 2, 1. Awesome, let's go onto the right side. So again, grabbing your weight in your left hand if you feel like you want to. Knees are stacked. Right shoulder above your right elbow. Get left hand all the way up. Take a nice inhale. And then we're shifting our weight, reaching the legs long. Left hand comes behind you. And then finding your way slowly back. Now here I really want us to focus more on like control. So maybe it looks smooth, maybe it looks sloppy, whatever it is. Just see if you can add as much consistent flow within this as you can. So inhaling, slowly reaching. And again, even if that means that you stop sooner or you wait for a second. Good. 3 more. And allowing that full feeling of openness, right? Our chest has been opened from earlier. We twisted in a variety of ways. So this is just kind of another combination of integration. Excellent. Find your way back towards your center. Take a deep breath. Cool. Let's come back onto the backs for a moment. Taking both weights into your hands, hugging your knees in towards you, and then reaching your arms up towards the ceiling. So you're inhaling, bringing your knees in towards you, slowly tapping those toes down for 3, 2, 1, and then pushing your hands down as you stretch out your legs. We'll try that again. Knees come in, arms come up. Inhaling, bringing your knees in towards you, hips come up. Exhale, tapping the toes down. Great, now as your legs come out, you push your palms down and you reach. Good, then you lower, you float your arms up, knees come in towards the center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Great, pushing your palms down, stretching out your legs and holding. Cool, 3 more to go. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push. And exhale, smile. Great, now again, finding a nice little sense of how much your hips can come off the floor, how much can your arms reach, and how much can you lengthen. Cool, last full one here. Great, and then lengthening all the way here. Hands come behind your head, take a deep breath. And then just switch your legs. So your right go on top of your left for the next 5. Exhale out for 4. Inhale for 3. Exhale out for 2. Inhale again for 1. And let's end on 0. Great, reaching those arms all the way in front of you. Gently bend your knees and then rock yourself up to a nice tall position. Good. Hinging back a little bit, stretching out your legs. And then reaching your right arm close as you bend and twist. And then find your way back. Remember, you can always bend your knees. You can always put your feet back down on the floor. All the way to the left. Inhale, palm comes up, elbow close. Exhale, reach. Great. 2 more on each side. And your last full one, reaching. And then all the way back. Super. Feet come down. Open up your knees and shift your weight down. You can release the weight. Say thank you so much. And then just wiggle your spine a moment. Cool. If we have time for one little roll, that would be great. So keeping your knees in a nice tabletop position, hands come on top of your knees, elbows wide. You're rolling to the tips of your shoulder blades. And then finding your way up. If you need more support, put your hands underneath, but holding on the top just gives you a little bit less active support, but you still have that openness through the whole upper body. Inhale and curl. Great, and your last full moment. Excellent. Soles of your feet on the floor, hands next to you. Shift your weight forward. Hang nice and long, heel toeing yourself all the way out to the edges of your mat. And then gently shifting your weight, allowing your body to stretch. Great, and here is where we say yes to everything that fits our vision of what we'd like our life to be. And we actively say no to everything else. And we take another inhale. And then exhale, slowly stack on up on 5, 4, 3, 2,